Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo has ordered the closure of all markets not selling essential commodities such as medical supplies, water, foodstuff, amongst others. The Punch reports that the closure, which is effective Thursday, March 26, is not unconnected to efforts to curtail the community transmission of coronavirus. After the time of filing this report, of the 42 confirmed cases of COVID-19 recorded in Nigeria, 29 were reported in Lagos. In a live press conference on Tuesday, Sanwo said all open markets and stores except for sellers of food and medicines, medical equipment and other essential life-saving products are directed to close from Thursday, 26, 2020 for the next 7 days. It is not a total lockdown. We will we still want people on essential services to go about their normal activities. We are trying to decentralize markets in Lagos. This is why we want to use some of our closed schools as markets so people can buy food and medicine without going a long distance. It is only when you are alive that you can talk about economics and finance. So guys, I said it before now that of course these directives will just be coming batch by batch. They've dealt with the school, they've talked about the churches and mosques, and people were like, oh, why can you be closing churches and the markets which is really open and which has really been everyone's concern, because that is even a very an avenue, a very strong avenue for this disease to spread so fast. But even at that, they need to do better, they need to do enough, and there's no way they will say this one without trying to cushion the effects of those who are going to be going to the market, who are always, their livelihood depends on their daily business. They need to look into that. Of course, they're still going to look into all of that, because all of these measures are the measures being taken, in other countries, in all those developed countries, and we are hearing the same language. And we know that at the end of the day, all of those people, all of those countries that came as a result of a lockdown, that came about this lockdown of a thing, they have other ways of trying to help the people as well. If you tell them to stay at home, it's a different ball game entirely, unlike those who are working with the government, these civil servants, because you know that definitely you know them, you know how to pay them, and they will get their salary as at when due. So because it's not as if maybe it's them, they are making not to go to work, you have to pay them. So how you go to cushion the effects of those market people? They still have to bring out the their own strategy and the whole thing, so that everybody will really understand, because this to me is still sketchy. And that's why they're giving for 7 days. I think they just want to try what will happen within the next 7 days and know how to go about the whole thing, because it's a huge one. It's going to have effects, side effects, or even negative effects if they try to go, the way of locking down everywhere, because they have not been doing that before now. Our markets, are just open markets. No, it's not structured. Of course, the way market is being done, or the way they do their markets in overseas, in all those developed countries, different from us. We just believe that we live all this a communal life, not even structured. So this is how, when it's going to have effects. And this issue of a coronavirus is going to straighten a lot of things. It's going to straighten a lot of things if these people will learn. With this situation that we are passing through, that everyone is passing through, but let us even limit it to our country. If the politicians do not have a change of heart, it's going to be very bad. It's going to be very bad. All of them now, they now know that there's fire on the mountain. There's fire on the mountain. So this area of market, they really need to look into it very well. It's very important. And just like they said, 7 days, and it's some days to come, we are still going to be hearing a lot of things. Lagos is doing very well. Of course, they have to do very well because they are the most affected, and it's well populated, almost the most populated state in the country. So the work is really going to be more on them. Someone says, what did the government provide for the citizen and people? Something like food, money, light to stay at home, because you had that other rich and good and non-corrupt country that provide the citizens and masses people whatever they want before asking them to stay at home. You useless and stupid government telling people to stay at home without nothing. Do you want them to die of hunger or still? Shame to you people called Nigeria government. That's what somebody saying. Someone say, let's be realistic. Are you expecting government should provide those things for you to go and grow old? You better pick up yourself and help yourself. It is not done. It is not done. That is why we are saying nobody should make excuse for them, because they are feeding fats. You cannot just stop people. Those who are going to their work, that they make their living on a daily basis, you want them to stop and do what? So you think putting all those measures in all those other countries where their politicians don't steal their money, where politicians don't accrue all the money to themselves, where they don't budget all the money to themselves, you want to tell us they want to do the same thing and they will not cushion the effects? They have to do that. This person, I don't know what he's talking about. Someone says, are you not in Nigeria? Many people and family feed by daily work. African governments are another set of terrorists in disguise. They are just there to intimidate, torture, and kill the citizens so that they could have unimpeded access to the national treasury to steal. Period. Someone says, God pass them. Provide money for them so that they can be feeding like other countries are helping their citizens. Of course, I had a friend in Germany. The government do pay them 100 euro per day for being indoor. What would Lagosian who survive based on daily income with? What would they do? God help us in Lagos. How can we survive? Oh no, you cannot just say that you cannot be talking of finance. It's those who are alive. So in other countries that they do the same lockdown, how did they cope? Let them ask themselves pertinent questions. The kind of salary that you receive, is it the same salary the other politicians in other countries? Is that the same? Is it the same thing? Are you not richer than them? Where do you get the money to fund your lifestyle? The politicians in Nigeria. So they need to ask themselves questions. They don't need to come and tell us, you have to, it is those who are alive. It is only when you are alive that you can talk about economics and finance. And of course, we know that, but you have to provide things for the people. You can't just tell them to stay at home because you have not even been catering for them. So this is an opportunity to cater for them, because if you don't cater for them, they will not obey. They won't obey. Then you want to tell me that they should just sit down, they will not be making money? Of course, I know they cannot be, they cannot be callous to that extent. Let's see what will happen. We should not just overwork ourselves. That is just what I think. Someone says, you go feed us Cløsur market for mouth. I don't know. It started like play. Many make jokes of it, but now it's gradually getting out of hand. Oh Lord, save your children in Jesus' name. What emergency plan do you have in place for them? It's a good question. Those are the questions that we need to ask them. You can't just tell them to go and sit down at home just like that. It doesn't work that way. If you are not smelling problem coming, you know that you have nose problem. When do we go from where? Our leaders killed us. After COVID-19, our leaders will learn that delay is dangerous and prevention is better than cure. And how do they expect us to survive? Close market without assistance. God will help the poor man. No, hey. God have mercy. Go and sleep. Please close BRT bus too. Someone says it's not a matter of closing everywhere. COVID-19 is not for poor people. Wait for wait for your own. This is a very wise decision. I love it. This is a clear case of madness. Where on earth is this happening? You ask your citizens to stay indoors. You should also support them with a token. Keep them doing like other civilized country. Nigeria government is a total flop and disaster. You can imagine. You can imagine. Okay, someone say make una provide o, no be to close market for mouth. May God have mercy and heal his children. A good move, considerably. Nice one. You people complaining of hunger, the closure is still on Thursday, but your foodstuff at home, Sanwo care for you. This is like what I see in American movies. Too little, too late. Yes, sir, any issue can be done when you are healthy or unfit. Some people feed from hand to mouth from their daily income. What provision has the government made for this set? Of course, I thought he made mention of stimulus. The other time he made a mention of stimulus. I think they are going to roll out the plans very well. And that's why they are telling them, do the needful at the right time. If they are, because this thing is going to be difficult for them to be able to coordinate, because we don't have a structure on ground. They didn't even make provision for the structure. The everywhere is just zigzag. How do you expect, to be able to monitor who and who you are going to be giving? We don't even know the number of people who are in Lagos. You don't even know the address. Some people are living under the bridge. Some people don't even have address. Their data is not they don't even have data. Not even they don't have some people don't have their name in their own data. Do they even have data? Does Lagos state government, let's use them as a yardstick, do they have data that they can say, oh, these are our people, apart from the civil servants? What of people who are into their private business? Do they have their data? No, they will not do that because of election, because they know that by the time they do all of this, it will be difficult for them to manipulate elections. That is why they are avoiding all this biometric and what have you. Get everybody documented. There is nothing like that. So it's going to be difficult, because they are going to be saying, how do we do it so that people will not, you are not going to be giving one person 4 or 5 portions, something that's supposed to go around. One person will be having 5 portions. That is where the problem is. These are the things that they ought to have done. Me, I've been talking about it, that we don't even have a biometric, we don't have a data system. Go and ask them. They don't even know. You don't even know who is coming from Delta, who is resident in Lagos. People just say, oh, I live in Lagos. Do you have the data of that person? No, they won't do that because of election, so that they will be able to manipulate. Now it is going to be difficult for them. It's going to be difficult for them. But the best thing is for them to start to do the right thing as we speak. So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning this. How you think they can really do this thing effectively, even if they are going to be giving people something to cushion the effect of this stay at home they are talking about.